I suck at programming, and I've always sucked. Today, I want to change that. I'm going to give myself 8 hours to learn enough Python to build a real application. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we're only going to use AI. So I've asked ChatGPT to be my teacher and create a complete learning plan. Hopefully we'll be able to have a fully working Python application by the end of this video. If not, stay until the end of the video and you will find out. Okay, so I have a little prompt here for ChatGPT. Basically tell it I'm a complete beginner, I have 8 hours to learn enough Python to build a simple but functional application, and I've asked it to create an hour-by-hour learning plan that focuses on the concepts that I absolutely need. If your goal is, in 8 hours, learn enough Python to build a simple but functional application from scratch, then you need a builder's roadmap, not a traditional Python course. Okay, so we're ignoring classes, decorators, generators, list comprehensions, inheritance, recursion, advanced OOP, data science, algorithms, and most theory. You only need about 20% of Python to build your first useful app. Okay. What you'll build. By the end of the 8 hours, you'll be able to build things like to-do app, habit tracker, password manager, expense tracker, inventory tracker, cybersecurity checklist app, simple note-taking app, board scanner, log analyzer, file organizer. Okay, let's see. So the first hour we'll learn variables, input, output, and basic data types. So we're going to learn about print, input, variables, strings, integer, floats. Okay. Here's an example. Name equals input. Name, print, hello, name. Age equals 24, print age. Price. Okay. Okay. What is your name? David. Hello, David. Okay. Checkpoint. Can you store information, ask for user input, display information? If yes, continue. Okay, so I have here an IDE. If you don't know what an IDE is, an IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It's a software application used by programmers and software developers to write, test, and debug code in one central interface. So now that we have our IDE, let's create a file. And we're going to say hour1.py, because Python programs end in py. And we're going to apply what ChatGPT told us. So if we do name equals David, print name. David is not defined. Function David. Okay. Let's try to run this anyway. Python 3 hour1.py. Okay, is it py? Hour1.py? Okay. Let's see what this means. It's not defined. As a beginner Python programmer, you probably encountered the frustrating function is not defined error before. Oh yes, I have! This error occurs when you try to call a function that Python can't find a definition for. Okay. Okay. What we're actually missing is quotes. Because strings must be surrounded by quotes. So if you try again, there you go. It worked. I already feel like a software engineer. Let's see. Maybe we should try to play with this one. Actually, let's do the checkpoint. So store information, we've done that. Ask for user input, we need to do that. And display information, which we have done. So let's do ask for user input. Input. Please type in your name. Okay, so here, this is a variable, right? This is where we store the information, and where whatever the user input of this question is, we're going to store it in this variable, and then we're going to print it. So technically now, if I run this, it's going to ask me to type in my name, and I'm just gonna say Resime. We enter, we can see it prints my name. Simple like password equals input. Please type in your password. Okay, so we're going to store the password in this variable. Then if password is equals to secret123, and remember, we're using double equals to compare the value of the variable with this string. We're using 1 equals to assign a value to a variable. That's why we have double equals. So if this variable is equals to secret123, then we're going to print access granted. However, else print access denied. Oh, why do we have expected? Yes. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm just going to run this. Please type in your password. We're going to say secret, access denied. Try again, secret123, granted. Beautiful, we passed this test already. Maybe I should apply to Google. Okay, I think we can move on now. Our 3 loops. While loops. So while true, print running. While true, choice equals input this. If choice is quit, then break. Okay. For loop. For I in range 5, print I. So we're going to run all these and see what they do. Try to run this to see what happens. Input a choice. Hello. Okay. Try again. Test. Exit. Okay. That's not running as expected. And maybe we need to swap some things around. If we look at the example ChatGPT gave us, break is at the end, and we're breaking here. So maybe we should try to copy that. We're saying if the choice is hello, we're going to print hello there. If the choice is exit, then print goodbye and break. So let's try that. We're going to run the program again and do exit. Okay, and it still says hello there. Okay, we should start again. I also don't feel like we're following what the exercise wants us to do. So choice is equals to our input. Okay. If the choice is equals with hello, we're going to print. Okay, so just doing a little bit of research. Difference between if, else, and elif. As with all if statements, elif statements only execute if a particular condition specified by the user is met, but else statements actually don't accept specific conditions. So I think I just found our problem. Break. I think it needs to be like this. Inside. Okay, beautiful. Let's see if this works. We're going to do hour 3, input your choice. Hello, hello there. Test, nothing. Exit. Goodbye. We just need to do a little bit of... Okay, that should be better now. Input your choice. Test. Hello, hello. Exit, exit. Beautiful. Mission completed. Okay, so that one was a little bit more challenging. Okay, time to move on to hour 4. Already halfway through and I feel so much more smarter. Now we're going to learn about lists. Most applications store collections of data. Okay. So we need to learn tasks equals square brackets. Tasks append gem. Print tasks. Tasks remove gem. For task in tasks, print task. Okay. Select a number, an option. Now, if choice is equals with 1, then we're going to say, we're going to create a variable and do input item to add. Okay. And then shopping.append item. Remember, this is a shopping list and we're appending the item that the user is, the user wants. Okay. Now, elif, because we have another choice, is 2. And we're going to print shopping because we want to view the items of our shopping list. Now, elif choice is equals with 3. We're going to say item equals input select item to remove. And if the item is in the shopping list, we're going to say shopping.remove item. And last one, break. Okay, so what, this looks quite complicated, but I think it's quite easy. So we're printing all the options, and then we're saying we're storing the choice of the user in a variable. And if that choice is 1, we're adding the item. If the choice is 2, we're just printing the list. And the choice is 3, we're going to remove the item. If the choice is 4, we're going to exit. So if we run this, you can see we have here all the options. We're going to say add an item. We're going to add apples. And we're going to add one more. We're going to say banana. And then let's view the items. Okay, so we can see the items are here. And then we're going to say remove items. Item, we're going to remove apples. If we view the items, we can see it's still there because apples wasn't with a capital A. So apples, and if we view it again, still there. Okay. So apples, view, okay, we have removed it. Okay, we can move on. We're on to hour 5. Functions stop your code becoming a mess. Beautiful. So this is how you define a function by using def, the name of the function, and then 2 brackets and a colon. And we're going to say print hello. Okay. This is how you call the function. Parameters for the function. Okay. Return values. Okay. So add and then AB and then return A plus B. Okay. So we got mini exercise to create these functions. Okay, hour 5. We're going to build on top of the previous exercise. We're going to try to convert these into functions. So let's see. Explain to me how I'm supposed to arrange this, because I am quite confused on defining these functions and then using them. So you're actually running into the exact reason functions exist. Okay. Right now you're trying to put all the logic into one place, but the goal of hour 5 is to split the program into smaller jobs. Think of it like this. Show menu, displays options, add tasks as an item, okay. View tasks, show items, remove tasks, remove items, okay. So each function should be doing one thing only. Okay. But this is how it's supposed to look. Okay, so each is a separate... Okay, so I had the right idea. So if we go back to this, and we remove this, and we do this, and we do def show items, and then def move item, and then we do this one, and def exit menu. That doesn't work. I mean, let's just leave exit out of the equation for now. So if we go back to chatgpt, we need to create the main program loop. So this is where we create a while true, and then we just... Okay, this makes a lot more sense now. Okay, let's try to run this again. So I want to add an item, and I want to add apples. Okay, yes, that's fixed. But this should have been placed inside of while loop for some reason, not sure why. So if we do view items, we can see the apples in the list, and then remove apples, and then view, and we can see the list is empty. Okay, and if we do 4, exit. Beautiful. Now we're on to the next hour. Now we're going to learn about files. This is where apps become real. Without files, tasks disappear when the program closes. So we need to learn. This is how you write to a file. This is how you read from a file. This is how you append the file. Okay, this already looks really complicated for me. Let's try to do something. We're going to use functions to build on top of what we did earlier. So save note. And then we're going to store our note in a variable, and then we're going to get the user input. So enter note. Okay. And then the syntax was with open notes.txt, that's the name of the file. We're going to say append, A for append, close brackets as file. And then file.write note plus new line. Okay, so that's our function. Now we need one to see the notes. So view notes, and we're gonna say with open notes.txt read mode file. Notes equals file.read. Print notes. Okay, right. So here we're doing the same thing. We're just opening the text file in read mode. We're storing the contents of that file in the notes variable, and then we're printing notes. Okay. So now we need a menu like in the previous example. So if we do something like while true, print, and then add note, view notes, and then exit. We're going to choose. I'm just gonna say pick a number. If that choice is equals with 1, we're going to save the note. Save note. If choice is equal with 2, we're going to view the notes. And if the choice is equal with 3, we're going to break. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, pick a number, 1. Subscribe and like. View the notes. And we can see it's right here. However, we messed something up. So if you do exit, okay. So we forgot this, and we should do this as well. Now, I think I'm supposed to do it like this. Yes. Okay. Let's try again. So add a note. Subscribe. Okay. And then we're going to do view notes, and we can see it right there. Okay. And if we do hello, okay. And if we do subscribe, yes, okay, so it prints each word on a new line. Beautiful. So we're going to start by declaring the dictionary, and we're going to create our first function where we add the task. So we're going to say task equals with input and enter a task. Okay. And we're going to do task, put tasks dot append. I'm going to say task. So basically we're adding whatever the user is inputting into this dictionary. Then we're going to say add task. Then we're going to do view tasks. This one will be very straightforward. We're just going to say print tasks. Okay. And then for delete tasks, we're just going to do def delete task. And we're going to do tasks.remove. Now we need to specify what task we want to remove first, I suppose. So we should do input. Which task to remove? And then we're gonna say tasks.remove task. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do while true. We're gonna say print add tasks, view tasks, and then delete tasks. And we're gonna say exit. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Choice is equals with input select an option. If choice. Oh, doesn't look like it likes that. Why not? Oh, I guess we need to define this outside of the while true. Doesn't like that either. Okay, beautiful. Choice. Oh, okay. So choice is equals to, so we can put that back. Okay, so if the choice is equals with 1, we're gonna say add task. Okay, if choice is equals with 2, we're gonna say view tasks, and then if choice is equals with 3, delete task, and if choice is equal with 4, we're just gonna say break. Okay, that looks quite good to me. Let's run this. I'm gonna say add a task. Clean. I want to add another task. Gym. I want to view the tasks. We have clean and gym. And then delete the task. I want to remove gym. And I want to see the tasks again. And it looks like we have a working program. Wow, this is actually quite satisfying. Beautiful. Okay, so we're at the end of hour 7. That means we have completed the 8-hour challenge. Honestly, I thought this would be harder, I guess. ChatGPT helped. However, it also confused me. And the challenges it gave me were kind of repetitive. I also didn't expect this to take this long, honestly. However, I'm quite happy. I've got 7 working programs. So obviously we started from this and now we've done this. So I think that's quite a good progress considering the time we put into this. Honestly, I really enjoyed this. I hope you did too. And I would love to build on top of this if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.